King Charles recruits David Beckham and his bees to help find influencers for his charity. The King's Foundation is marking its 35th year with a drive for young changemakers to continue Charles' mission for the environment, arts, and heritage. King Charles is on the hunt for influencers. The King's charities are looking for what they call changemakers under 35 who can spread the word about traditional arts and crafts, textiles, architecture and urbanism, health and well being, horticulture and farming. They are broadly what's represented by the King's Foundation, which is marking its 35th anniversary this year. And the King has David Beckham, alongside the former soccer star's bees, adding his name to the search. The athlete appears in a 35-second video to promote the drive as he underscores the commitment to the natural world, sustainable farming, and horticulture. Beckham joined as an ambassador last year, followed by actress Sienna Miller, pop superstar Rod Stewart, and his wife Penny Lancaster. Unveiling the campaign, Chief Executive of the King's Foundation, Christina Murrin says they are searching for the next generation of makers and change makers who will act as diverse and impactful representatives for the subjects areas that we represent as a charity and that the King stands for. Their aim is to showcase the benefits of what Charles calls harmony, the philosophy that everything in nature is interconnected, including ourselves. We hope that some of our students and alumni will form part of this group, as well as social media influencers and content creators, she added. In tandem with the 35th anniversary, King Charles is also helping make a documentary about the work of the foundation that will air on Amazon. It will act as a fantastic showcase for our work and the King's lifetime of service to the natural world, Murrin explained at a briefing on Thursday, Feb 27. The Foundation's education programs cover natural sciences, farming and food, regeneration and the built environment, and traditional arts and heritage crafts works for 15,000 students from school level to those studying for PhDs every year, she explained. Our central ethos has always remained the same. We promote the change the King wants to see in the world, she said. We are passionate about educating the next generation about the natural environment and the importance of spending time in nature for our own health and well-being. The foundation began in 1990 when Charles, then the Prince of Wales, set up the Institute of Architecture, which explored how to develop and build sustainable communities. The Charles-inspired town of Poundbury was the result. It then broadened into a range of areas from the preservation of heritage skills, like wood turning and sustainably looking after the built and natural environment. Today, there is an array of education programs that lead the way to nurturing talent in areas like embroidery for couture houses and furniture making, which would otherwise be lost. One of those takes place at Highgrove House, where students of the Chanel Métier d'Art Embroidery Fellowship. Students there are encouraged to be inspired by the sights and flora in Charles's garden at Highgrove when creating their designs. When people visited in the summer, Angelica Ellis from London said she drew inspiration for her idea from the garden's purple and orange blooms of crocuses. Here it is all about protecting traditional crafts, which is something I care about too, she said. You see the benefits in France where they're quite good at producing and keeping their skills. The project here is super important. There are things that the tutors here have given me that I don't think you get anywhere else. Trump connected with some of the British royals again at the NATO 70th anniversary reception at Buckingham Palace that December. In July 2024, it emerged that King Charles sent a letter to Trump after he was shot in an assassination attempt at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. Trump went on to win the 2024 presidential election on the Republican ticket against Kamala Harris and crossed paths with Prince William at the ceremonial reopening of the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris in December 2024. The Prince of Wales 42, represented his father at the ceremony as he furthered his role as a global statesman, and Trump later relayed that he was charmed by William when they met one-on-one at the UK ambassador's residence. I asked him about his wife and he said she's doing well. And I asked him about his father. And his father is fighting very hard, and he loves his father and he loves his wife, so it was set. Trump told the New York Post at the time about meeting William. He was seemingly referring to Princess Kate and King Charles' cancer diagnoses, both announced in 2024. The Princess of Wales has since shared that she is in remission, while the King's treatment is continuing into this year. We had a great talk for half an hour, a little more than half an hour. We had a great talk, Trump said, adding that William looked well and very handsome. He's a good-looking guy. He looked really very handsome last night, he told the Post. Some people look better in person. He looked great. He looked really nice, and I told him that. I had a great talk with the prince, Trump said about the time they spent together. State visits are arranged as a way for Britain to maintain strong bonds with other countries and are organized in both outward and incoming formats. There's plenty of pomp and circumstance to the traditional schedules, which typically include a ceremonial welcome at Horse Guards Parade, Guard of Honor inspection, state banquet at Buckingham Palace, speeches and meetings with leaders over a few following days.